Cam Newton and the 1-6 Panthers visit RG3 and the Redskins in desperate need of a win. So is it possible that Cam Newton can actually turn his season around this Sunday? Stephen A., the question's for you.
I definitely think so. And I don't need to get into the numbers that Cam Newton is producing. We know they're peaked compared to what they were a year ago. We also understand that how he's looked in press conferences and things of that nature looked a bit despondent. I don't want to use the word melancholy. It was a bit worse than that. But at the same time, I think it's important that we understand moments like this, Skip, Lomas, what this is about. We don't question the abilities of Cam Newton for the most part, even though obviously, as Skip accurately points out, he sort of folds and pressurized situations, hasn't been as productive as we would like. We know the talent is there, the arm strength is there, the accuracy, as sporadic as it may be, he's very capable. You know, his running ability, his athleticism, being 6'5", the size, all of those things are there. He's got the necessary attributes. The question about him, particularly as it pertains to comparisons to RG3, is the mental makeup, the kind of resolve and intestinal fortitude you have, the level of confidence that you have in yourself and how you're not necessarily downtrodden when things go awry. That's been a problem with Cam Newton. Well, if there were ever a game to fix it, it would be this. And I'm going to go here because I want for everybody to understand something. When you talk about the plight of the black quarterback per se, that is something that cannot legitimately be perceived as a significant problem anymore, all due respect to the Warren Moons of the world. Yeah. That problem has been addressed by America. You see too many black quarterbacks playing the game and being given the opportunity to play that position.
And playing extremely well.
To make that argument any longer. But what happens is that when we talk about the NFL, this is not the NBA. There's a multitude of stars who happen to be African American, and there appears to be room for a lot of them. D. Wade getting his popularity, I mean, LeBron James getting his shine doesn't prevent D. Wade or Kobe from getting theirs, or Melo and others from getting theirs. In the NFL is about that three-letter brand, the NFL. They are not about individuals. They are about the brand. Now, they will promote a Tom Brady. They would promote a Drew Brees or a Peyton Manning or, in recent memory, Donovan McNabb years ago. But it's few and far between, which explains to you why some of the guys that engage in some of the histrionics they engage in to bring attention to themselves, that's what they're trying to do. They're thinking about a career beyond the NFL. What I'm saying to you is that it's not necessarily about blackness, but it is about the paucity of opportunities for those to be hyped. Cam Newton had that at his luxury last year.
Did he?
RG3 has it now. So if you know that this guy has it now, and you know there's only a speck of opportunities and a speck of individuals who get that opportunity to receive that kind of shine, if RG3 severely outplays Cam Newton in this contest and continues to perform the way that he's been performing, passing for nearly 2,000 yards already, on course to pass for over 3,800 yards, 97.3 passer rating, all of this other stuff. If RG3 continues to do what he's been doing, and more importantly, he really and conspicuously outshines Cam Newton, then talk about somebody whose star will dim even further. It will be Cam. I think
just by comparison, you mean?
What I'm saying is that there's room for only but so many people to be marketed and hyped. Yeah. You understand? And I'm not talking about black quarterbacks or anything like that. I'm just simply saying that when you come into this league at that position, because of the level of attention that has been thrown to that particular subject, don't tell me that as a black quarterback, you're not cognizant of that in your brain to such a degree that you say to yourself, well, I got to perform. I can't let this dude outshine me. I got to show up. And I think that Cam Newton, you could fold under such pressure, but I think that this is the kind of game that Cam Newton will respond to because of the dude on the other side of the ball, you know, and he's going to rise to the occasion. Now, whether that means he outperforms RG3 or not depends on the Redskins' defense compared to Carolina's defense. But I'm talking about Cam Newton understanding I could really get lost in the shuffle here if I don't perform in a matchup of this magnitude. That is what I am saying.
He's already lost in the commercial shuffle.
Sure.
Because I mean, RG3, I'm watching all night long. He's in every other commercial, right?
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Absolutely correct. And I know he's thinking about that. I know Cam is thinking about that. And I look at it this way, too. Rookie quarterbacks, they get a bypass. You get a bypass for your rookie year. That's what Cam got last year. He had ups and downs last year, but he was a rookie. So you get that bypass. RG3, he's a rookie this year. He's going to get a bypass this year.
Yeah.
I want to look forward to next year with RG3 to see how he's going to be perceived. But I do say, yes, Cam could get everything turned around with this game. I love what you said because you do. You think about your competition. You think about other guys in your league. You think about endorsement deals, what this guy's making compared to what you make. And, yeah, you become obsessed with it. So I do think that Cam's going to come out. He's going to put his best foot forward. We already know Washington's secondary is real suspect.
And they've been picking on D'Angelo Hall a lot this year, which is what he got a little bit emotional last week.
Yeah, and they got some winnable. Think about the games they lost. Atlanta, they lost by 2. Seattle, they lost by 4. Dallas, they lost by 5. Chicago, they just lost by 1 point.
Yep.
So they hadn't been getting blown out. He's been keeping them there.
Okay.
And I think he's also saying that RG3's playing with house money. He's a rookie.
He is.
Cam's got a little bit more pressure.
Okay, great points from both of you. But I'm going to be real here. I asked you before the show, are you picking the Panthers to win at the Redskins? And you told me no.
Because they're on the road in Washington. And Washington's coming off a loss to Pittsburgh.
I'm going to have to define turn it around here. Turn it around for me means the Panthers have to win the game on the field. I don't care how Cam does it. I don't care if he throws for 4 yards or 400 yards. I want to see him win a football game. They are now, the Panthers, 1-6. He is 7-16 as the face of the franchise, first pick in the draft, starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
7-16. And Lomas, you said ups and downs last year. He had the greatest up to open up that we've ever seen in the history of this league. 2 400-yard plus games to start off, and then a 300 plus?
Yes.
Okay, well, to me, he turned it around yardage-wise last week at Chicago. And I don't know why. It just fits his eye against that cover 2 that the Bears play, but he lit him up last year. He pretty much lit him up at Soldier Field this year. 314, that was a season best for him. They're ahead 19-7 with about 5 minutes left in the game. And again, is Cam just sort of snake-bitten here? Remember, Steve Smith slips down on the pass he throws into the flat.
Yeah.
It's just a short pass, but unfortunately he slips. I thought he threw it a little high. Jennings just picks it off and waltzes into the end zone. And all of a sudden, the floodgates open on the Panthers again, and Jay Cutler takes it down, and they get a walk-off field goal. And he lost another game. He couldn't close the deal. Is it all his fault? No. But some guys, it's like the Romo factor we always talk about. Are you star-crossed? Can you just make the one play to close the deal?
Sometimes you have those kind of seasons, Skip. I remember
know.
when I saw Joe Montana get annihilated in the playoffs against the Giants. I mean, like 40-7.
It was
just
ridiculous.
Brutalized. But what I'm saying to you is your point is valid, but if ever there were a team game, it is the NFL. And what I wonder about is if Cam Newton goes out without the interceptions and does what Tony Romo did against the Giants once he was down 23 points.
Okay.
Can I look at Cam Newton and say, that's you? Because, again, if, you could look at Romo and you could say, well, you know what? You threw those interceptions and you contributed to the 23-point deficit. That's legit. But had it not been for that, we would not have mentioned a word about Tony Romo other than he was absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
You look at Michael Vick last week. Michael Vick, I mean, before you could even think about Michael Vick, the Atlanta Falcons had the ball for 13 minutes and 50-some-odd seconds in the first quarter. You never even saw Michael Vick because Atlanta was controlling the ball. And the Eagles' defense, soft as cottonelle, couldn't stop Atlanta. Could you look at guys like that? What I'm saying is, what if Cam Newton goes out on the field and plays lights out, and, his completion percentage is high. He doesn't turn the ball over. He passes for over 300 or over 400 yards. And Carolina's defense just gets run over. Or one of the
that might be because of RG3.
No, I'm saying.
He might be putting up bigger numbers.
Yeah, or running backs fumble the football. And, I mean, all I'm trying to say is that you're right about how you want to see him win. That's fair. But at the same time, I don't think a win or a loss can definitively define the kind of game Cam Newton needs to have. I don't think you walk out there saying Cam Newton has to win. I think you walk out of there saying, for Cam Newton's psyche, he has to play well. He can't be, if they do lose, he can't have anything to do with that.
Lomas, do they have to play well or do they have to win?
I think they have to win. Because winning is a cure-all. It cures everything. It's going to take care of everything in that locker room, all of the grumblings, all that's going to go away when you win. Now, it may only go away temporarily, because unless you keep winning, but it'll go away at least for that week.
If Cam Newton goes out there and he throws 4 interceptions against the Washington Redskins and the Carolina Panthers lose, his psyche will be no better. His psyche will be no better. Remember, what instigated this conversation is that we're questioning and pondering the state of affairs as it pertains to the mental makeup of Cam Newton. If we were just looking at a regular football player that comes out there and talks to the media just like everybody else on Wednesdays, and he's just going through the rigmarole, that would be entirely different. The reason why Cam Newton has been a subject of conversation so perpetually and religiously throughout this season is because we have sat back wondering, is this dude going to collapse mentally based on what we've been seeing on camera? That is what provoked this.
Hey, bottom line, I got the Redskins winning at home. You got the
I got the Redskins.
So do I.
You got the Redskins. Tough luck, Cam.
Yeah.
What kind of press conference can we expect?
Yeah.
Nothing nice. Meanwhile, the Cowboys have won the last 3 games when they faced an opponent that was 7-0 or better. Well, they faced the Falcons, who are 7-0. So the question is, will the Cowboys make it 4 straight? Someone at this desk, I don't even know who it. Someone at this desk thinks they can do it.
Who? Lomas?
Is it Lomas?
Lomas.
Lomas, you're sticking around. I didn't welcome you in, but hang out here a little more, my friend.
Yeah.
We debate in just a few moments.